to understand how these get integrated. In many fields of science, the people doing the modeling and the people doing the bench science aren't in very close connection with each other, and are often rather disparaging of each other's work, and yet sort of knowing that the other is providing something they need. The challenge then is how for them to integrate their work, but for philosophy of science to begin to think whether we can articulate strategies not just for doing each of them, but for integrating mechanistic inquiry and dynamical complex systems modeling. Okay, so conclusions of what I've done is I've emphasized that in psychology and biology, explanation often takes the form of identifying a mechanism, and that thinking in that way refocuses issues in philosophy of science. I've noted that sometimes dynamicists present themselves as challenging and rejecting mechanistic explanation, but I've pushed the notion of dynamic mechanistic explanation that's integrating both dynamics and mechanistic accounts. I'm arguing that that is especially important when one is dealing with any kind of organization that's non-sequential and non-linear, and especially if one's going to understand the kind of activity I pointed to in the brain, of endogenous brain activity, one needs to understand it using tools that allow both for figuring out how the brain is organized, what it's built out of, but also how it's dynamically functioning and in fact dynamically functioning and changing over time. And I think if we look at things like endogenously active brain activity and how biologists are beginning to think about that, we gain a powerful new exemplar for our further articulating accounts in philosophy of science. Thanks.
Again, we'll give everybody 5 minutes